Hey, my lovelies, happy solstice, solstice. Return of the light, return of the light. Now, I haven't put a title on this because we know why. I've managed to do some songs that weren't interrupted. So I'm just guessing. I don't know why. That camera is miles away and it's brought me up really close, which is really fucking annoying. But anyway, apart from that, how's the sound? I need to know what the sound's like. I done a pre-record and it sounded okay. So we're here. Return of the light. It's been revealing. It's been challenging. I keep getting that song. Well, I've been afraid of changes 'cause I built my life around you. And it's letting go of the old. It's, you know, there's been a massive shift, and obviously we want to bring everything with us, but we can't, which is what my song was about the other day. So, on this winter solstice, return of the light, a message for the collective from the highest level, protection of the highest level, what opportunities are available, what energy are we in. Ooh. So, a spiritual lesson, a spiritual teacher, a mentor, whatever it is that has been and gone, it's been built, there's been some learning. But it does feel like a little bit of a test. It represents sitting in meditation. It represents stillness, but it is about that learning and then passing it on or seeking. But it does fit for this in particular, feels like a spiritual lesson. And the Eight of Wands is the shift. The Eight of Wands is all this fire energy of new opportunities coming in. He's moving, it's moving so fast, he's having to pull the dragon back. So this is from learning whatever it is that came to light over this supermoon, over the in this solstice, like new information, and then it's bringing these opportunities in. So we'll get some more on that. Bottom of the deck, we've got the we've got the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is completion of a cycle of... Ten of Swords in normal tarot is like being stabbed in the back. It's like... but again, when we shift from one timeline or let go of one kind of aspect of ourselves and lighten up, we leave people behind, and that doesn't always sit well. And it does sometimes feel like you are getting stabbed in the back. It does feel like there's some kind of, you know, people don't like it when you move, when you change. And it might not just be people, even in ourselves. It's difficult to shift. And it can bring up old wounds. So this Ten of Wands, but the 10 is like the end of being or feeling wounded. So we will get one from the Oracle Fairies. It would be good to know what it sounds like. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So we've got the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Wands, fast action. Eight of Wands as well as expansion. So this, right, I'm going back to this. It's expansion in the mind. Something that has happened through this Ten of Swords that's actually expanded your thinking. It's movement away from limits, limitless expansion. It's almost like what you thought was barriers, breaking through barriers. This is a 13, so it breaks down to a 4. Now she's on that dragon, and it's in the mind space. Again, this purple represents the third eye. So in the mind space, we have broken, look, the dragon, broken through barriers, limiting beliefs. What we thought couldn't be possible is now coming in. And it's through either meditating or learning new knowledge about situations, places, even yourself, seeking out spiritual, well, not necessarily, but you know, anything that expands the mind is going to break through limiting beliefs or barriers. And the wands are like fire. The dragon represents the fire within us. So what kind of planet is that? The moon? Is that, what kind of planet is that? So we're breaking through these barriers in the mind space, which then obviously brings in new opportunities in our 3D. Receive healing. So it's a number 1. And this is beautiful because, again, it's in the mind space. We have to be open to receiving healing. And it's almost like we have to say, I accept it. I have to accept it. I need healing in this area. And that could be, again, what was learned, this spiritual lesson of being open to receiving healing. But because, again, it's purple, there's protection. There's all this rainbow colour coming down. Is she asleep? No, she's just looking up. So receive healing at the bottom, possibly from this Ten of Swords. I'm open to receiving healing after a period of, and it could be a long period. That Ten of Swords doesn't necessarily have to mean just, it could be years of wounding, past wounds, barriers. Let's have a look at the whispers of healing. So we either get sun and it's cold, or we get rain and it's quite warm. I think I saw about 11 degrees today. I'll take some of that. Even though I've got a hat on, it's just a bad hair day. Okay, give me something with the 8 of Wands and the Priest. Purity. This is in the heart space because it's pink. And it kind of looks a bit like those roses at the bottom, but this is always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it you will find the answers to your questions. So that's bottom of the deck. Purity. And like I've said before, you know, if we were to get, this and this shining is us from a energetic level. We shine. Even when we're having bad days, we still shine. And then healing underneath that, and again, she's got her arm, her hands open to receiving. She's all in blue, so there's some protection there as well. But what jumped out? Believe in magic. Oh, look at it. I mean, it's all blue and it's all green, and I need some gloves because I can't bloody see. Right. Believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says you are part of nature and you are magical too. Look at her. So, believe. And that could be what actually came, that was the lesson, believing in oneself. And then teaching people how to do that, because they don't teach that in schools. They don't teach the children properly. Well, we know that. I'm not saying anything that anybody doesn't already know. Right, give me some more on the Eight of Wands and the Priest with barriers and believe in magic. And you know, we are magic. Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is reuniting, it's celebrations, it's coming together, it's maybe someone coming back, but it's like community. It's bringing all the skills that we have into one, but it's also integrating those skills within ourselves. So the pink represents the openness of the heart. The blue represents our ability to be able to communicate and express ourselves with our throat chakra. And the purple represents the third eye and protection, but being able to manifest. When you bring these three qualities together within yourself, and then you attract that in other people in your life. And the Four of Wands at the bottom is like a solid foundation, building a new solid foundation after breaking through those barriers. It's a little bit like the Eight of Cups. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. Three of Cups. I always want to sing Through the Barricades. So there was a coming together of the divine masculine, the divine feminine within ourselves, or just this both pouring into the same cup, the Two of Cups. So there could have been some unions over this period, and then obviously we're coming up to Christmas, it does happen. But the union on the outside happens when we balance the divine masculine, the divine feminine in our heart space. So we're not too in the feminine, we're not too in the masculine, it's just balanced. And this whole being able to express yourself, being able to see, to feel out, and to take the knowledge from that being able to see with your eyes shut. And that's brought a gift in. We've got the Knave of Pentacles, and it's like harvest time. So this is either two people getting together, filling one cup, filling the same cup, having something with the Four of Wands in common. And then it's bringing in this new pentacle. The Knave of Pentacles is like the beginning of the, and when I think of pentacles, it's like gifts. It's a gift. It's like harvest time. She's tasting the berries and she's eating. She's like, this is new. I've never tasted this before. And this is something that I'm going to use in the world. I'm going to use this gift in the world. Believe in magic. Now, the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck is a... Five of Swords is fuckery. Let's not fuck around. Fuckery. This is mind games. This is no authenticity. No one wants to take responsibility. It's finger pointing. It can also be a little bit sabotagey. But the Five of Swords in the tarot deck of the Druids, if anyone was caught slagging off or not being honest, they got chucked out of the village. It's that kind of, they're both putting their hands up. Nobody wants to take any responsibility for anything. Let's go. I'm going to get some from the Druid. So yeah, there's a gift coming in. The Knave of Pentacles is a gift, a new beginning. After 10 of Swords, closing out, 8 of Wands, expansion, breaking through the barriers, believing in magic, believing you are magic, bringing in that kind of vibration and new, different people, and possibly unions, collaborations, 2 of Cups, both pouring into the same cup. That fell out on the 3 of Cups. So the 7 of Wands, he's a little bit guarded. He's making plans. You see there's a couple of people down there and they're trying to get in, and he's a little bit guarded. It's like, I'm not quite ready. I'm just getting my shit together. I'm just, you know, working in the background, getting all my ducks in order. And I think, actually, we did have that prior new moon, 7 of Wands, and then, boom, I'm ready now. I'm going to move from the 7 of Wands into the 8 of Wands. But that's prep work. So it could be studying as well, but it is a little bit on the guard of, I'm not quite ready to share what it is that I've got going on. Yeah, he's protecting. And the 2 of Cups again. So this is union. Union either outwardly or inwardly. That's 2 lots of 2 of Cups. So again, it's the divine feminine, the divine masculine in union with each other, pouring into the same cup. Interesting. So it could be, it's partnerships. Excuse me. Partnerships. And then justice. And then the Ace of Wands. So justice is, everything needs to be in divine balance. He's got the scales in his hand and he's weighing up. They say it's the heart against the feather. So it's weighing up what's not in alignment, what's not in balance, and using this sword to cut ties with anything that is out of alignment, out of balance, unfair, unjust. And again, this is an inward job. We have to have discernment on what our boundaries are. What do we feel is right and wrong? So justice came in and balanced it out, balanced something out in order to break through these, probably getting rid of the 5 of Swords, fuckery. And it created, there would have been some healing going on here, and it created this Ace of Wands. It's on fire. I've got this new tool. I've got this fire, this spark inside me, because I've just gone through some kind of spiritual up level, spiritual, healing, expansion of the mind. And it's given me this new wand, this new tool that's on fire. I'm going to take it out into the world and use it. We've got the 5 of Pentacles underneath that. So that was coming from 5 of Pentacles. Sort of 5 of Cups. 5 of Pentacles is a feeling of lack, feeling of not feeling like you're being seen. You're at a job. You're not being paid enough. And 5 of Pentacles is an energy. It shows up in our field, in our reality, as not having enough or complaining. So there seems to have been a shift in that, which is a shift from being, you know, from going from complaining, an energy of lack, into gratitude. And that is, you can do that really easily by just sitting and being grateful for what it is that you do have. That actually then expands the mind, because you've been able to take control of your thoughts, expands the outside world. Where am I going? The outside world. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Well, that was quick. And that fell out on the 7th of 1. Ickle. I can't see, I can't read. Ickly pickly, I don't know. I don't know why they gave them such bloody complicated names. Ickly pickly. Ickly pickly. Everyday blessings, play and mixed blessings. Lighten up. What is needed here is the benefit of a childlike, trusting heart and childlike wisdom, seeing directly into the true nature of things. Don't complicate matters. What you see is what you get. Don't look for hidden and subtle meanings and motivations, because they are not there in this case. Go to the heart of the matter, the simple core hidden behind the complexities. Don't be so caught up in thinking about the future that you can't see what is happening now. Welcome adventure into your life. Try something you've never done before and take some time to play with Ickle before you turn into a grumpy glumph or a worn-out wurg. And unity underneath that, which is one. So kind of like the 2 of Cups balancing this divine masculine, this divine feminine, knowing when, you know, to, in the heart space, it's like knowing when to actually, you know, go and take action from the heart space, and then knowing when to be open and vulnerable, and knowing that it's safe to be open and vulnerable, and releasing in that divine feminine what's in the heart space and expressing it. The balancing of is unity. I'm going to read it as well because it's at the bottom of the deck, and we've had the 2 of Cups twice, and it does feel like unity, but unity within and then unity on the outside as well. Ecstasy, joy, rapture and motivation. No. It's Sunday. Sunday fun day. Union, mystical experience and spiritual home. There we go. When this card comes up in a reading, it's asking us to remember the mystical concept that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others and to seek cooperation and community action rather than attempt to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need the active cooperation of others, and to get that cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnerships rather than lines of hierarchy or authority. Unity also tells us that we have much to gain by remembering our own wholeness. Resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we can move ahead. It's important at this time that we work towards cooperation and reconciliation within and without. Seek the highest good for all involved, not merely your idea of the highest good, and ask for divine energy of unity to permeate and guide you. So I guess that is like the balancing out of the divine feminine and masculine, accepting both those in us. See how they're like they're completely opposite, aren't they? Five of Swords, they're looking at each other and it's just this blame game going on. And then the Two of Cups, unity, sharing, pouring into the same cup. These two haven't even got a cup. And it's discord. I heard a line in a song the other day, and it said the opposite of love is, and it's not hate, it's just discord, I guess. Right, any more? It fell out on the Seven of Wands. The Friends and the Fawn. The Friends, I mean, that is finding your tribe. I love the fact that it can be going on a journey as well. Really want to know what the signal's like. Where's my book gone? Yeah, 46. 46. Friendly cooperation with others is necessary to reach mutual goals. Willingness to give and receive assistance and support is also required. Ask friends for help and suggestions. Listen with respect and accept the gifts willingly offered. Unconditional receiving is even more difficult than unconditional giving. 4 feet are more stable than 2. He may be saying that you will benefit at this time from offering support and aid to a friend. Look around you. Someone you love may be needing your help, and you're too bound up by fear of rejection or pride to ask. Volunteer your help to friends and give unconditionally from a generous, loving heart. It will do you good, increasing your store of credit for help in time of need, and it might even help them. That could be what's been learned. The Fawn that is 55, which again, or is it 35? I don't know what's the point in having glasses when they don't actually work. Natural magic is happening. Believe in magic. When things flow almost effortlessly, this is a sign that natural magic is at work. Enjoy it. A very important part of natural magic is simply allowing the energy to flow through us. This means both giving and receiving freely. Let the energy flow. Don't push it, don't try to control it, just dance with it. Trust it. And remember to keep returning to the source for inspiration and to keep your heart filled with light. Light. Right, I'm going to have a Lazarus of the Shadows. So there was some shadow work that's gone on there. Earth magic, these turned up in a shop after I'd done some work inwardly. Let's see what they want to say. What's the message for this reading on the solstice? It looks like there's opportunities coming in. Fairies, earth magic. Winter solstice, reflection. I'm not going to cry. Okay. Okay, I might cry. Because we can. Winter, so we'll go, oh my God, Gaia. So we've got nurturing. Nurturing, earth magic, and the winter solstice. We'll start with Gaia. I'll just do a quick one. I don't have to do a quick one. It's not very often the cards actually bring me to tears. Not sad tears, obviously. Where's bloody G? Gaia. F. A, B, C, D, E, F. G. Nurturing. I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, really. It's not coming up. Receiving can be a sacred act of your intention. Receiving can be a sacred act if your intention is to honour spirit. It is holy as giving when performed with a humble and open heart. This is even true when receiving much needed nurturing. So let others give to you. It may be a stretch to do so at times because of childhood conditioning, but that habit can be overcome. Your wounds can be healed. One way to achieve this is to nurture yourself and allow others to nurture you. Consider the actions you take that are self-nurturing. What comes to your mind when you really think about doing beneficial things for yourself? Set aside your ritualised habits and beliefs that restrict that pure act of allowing your body, heart and soul to be nurtured. Lie on the earth and ask Gaia to work to rock you in her bosom as you breathe with her and relax into her loving care. And then we've got the fairies. Of course we've got the fairies. Earth magic. Fairies are natural spirits thought to be descended from the early tribes. Now, I saw a reel on this and it really, really did activate me. Particularly the Tuatha De Danann, those associated with the goddess Dana, who once ruled Ireland and that inhabited the British Isles. Over time, these ancient people were conquered and displaced, and they fled to areas where humans didn't venture, and ultimately becoming increasingly smaller and less visible. You have the same power available to you as the fairies. It starts with loving the earth through your heartfelt gratitude and appreciation, but more important, through your actions. The fairies can help you reconnect in a more intimate way with the earth, and all they require is your willingness to pay attention to the trees, the plant life around you, and demonstrate your care. Whether you live in a small space or have an expanse of land, make a point to be especially attentive to your surrounding vegetation. Plant something, get your hands in the dirt, and do so with love and enthusiasm. Every flower, tree or shrub you are tending is a living being, so treat each like you would a dear friend. Ask the fairies to help you take care of these friends, and you will be rewarded many times over. And then winter solstice reflection on the winter solstice is the bottom of the deck. Bottom line. Let's call it the bottom line. The underlying reflection. This midpoint of winter is not only the shortest day of the year, but also the longest night. The world is very still and the land dormant. Various festivals of light are celebrated and have been for thousands of years, serving as a reminder that the light will indeed return. Throughout many cultures, there are tales describing this time as both of the archetypal Sun King, including the Christian story of Jesus' birth, representing the hope of renewal from the darkest period of the solar cycle. This image portrays a simple yet powerful representation of the winter solstice. We see a clear reflection of the snowy woods on the still frozen waters of the lake. The blue tint drapes the scenes with an even greater sense of quiet and solace, inviting us to walk very softly lest we disturb the intense yet gentle grace of this scene. The reflection of the trees on the frozen lake reminds us that this is a time for us to go inside, to both our physical shelter as well as our internal world, and there contemplate the season that has passed, the season that is, and the seasons yet to come. Review the past year and ask yourself what the most important lessons you have had to learn are, what you have accomplished, and what dreams and visions you want to manifest in the up and coming year. Whether it's been a relatively smooth ride or a challenging series of events, acknowledge your experience as being the work of Source, no matter what your judgments, fears or joys are. Honour whatever has happened over the previous several months with gratitude and forgiveness, then let it go. Allow yourself some solitude so you can spend some quiet time, slow time in reflection. Once you feel complete, reflect on your present life, especially focus on what you are grateful for. When you are finished, consider what is to come, all the different possibilities and potentials that exist before you. Allow your imagination to roam without limitation or ambition and see what shows up. Notice how you feel in your body with whatever scenario plays out in your mind. These are previews of that which is gestating and can manifest and grow when cared for properly. Patience and stillness is called for here, for just as Earth's cycles have their own pace, so does this cycle. I love you lots.